Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 3 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, season 5. I have been busy since the last episode. I've done a bunch of mining and that was pretty much it. I also did a little bit of world exploring and still did not find a desert biome, but that's okay because I've come up with a workaround solution to getting myself some good stuff, and I read a lot of your comments on seasons 1 and 2, or episodes 1 and 2 that is, and I did not see anybody come up with this particular solution on how to get what I'm looking for. But here is my current status of metal. You can see I've got a ton of wood, got myself a good amount of tin and copper as well, some silver and some lead, not bad at all. Even got a good amount of gold. What I've been doing is just mining down here. What I've discovered is the following. Around the Y55 level is a good place to find yourself some copper, and a little bit further down towards like the 30s is usually a good place to find some tin. So the ore distribution for copper and tin is a little bit different in thermal expansion than some of you guys might be used to. I think this is the path I went down for tin. And I also just a bit ago, while mining down here, I've been looking for diamonds and found some. Oh yeah. Let's see. I wanted to mine them on camera. So basically I went down this path. Let's see, what do I got down here? You can see I've been mining quite a bit. All the way down this path, I think, is where I tracked down a few diamonds. And I said to myself, I want to make sure that, I've pretty much did this on camera. So let's see. I think it was around here somewhere that I found the diamonds. Let me go find them real quick. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, there they are. It was just down the other direction. I know I found some somewhere. Ooh, beautiful first diamonds. Achievement, get diamonds. Epic. And it's a nice node too. 8 diamonds from this one node. That is even better. So pretty excited to have found my first set of diamonds. Even a little bit of iron down here. So I'm going to go ahead and get a lot of things done this episode. I want to make one of my first tools from industrial craft. It's kind of always been my staple. Alright, I've got diamonds now. Let's use them. It's one of the first items I make with my diamonds. It's pretty much a reliable method. And also want to get working on that pipe waterproofing with the aqueous accumulator. Got a way to make that I want to introduce to you guys. Again, I don't think anybody came up with this. I had a bunch of people post saying like, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I'm like, I don't know that anybody's come up with this one. So we'll see. Alright, let me get upstairs and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so got a bunch of diamonds. Put them in our fancy chest here. Oh, wait. The fancy chest is not so fancy anymore. It's not nearly big enough. So let's remedy that with a nice little item upgrade. Time to make from the iron chests mod an upgrade that will allow me to upgrade my chest in place without breaking it. This is my favorite part of the iron chests mod. I'm going to go ahead and just make 4 of these guys. Simply walk up to whatever chest you want. You can see it lists itself as a normal chest to iron chest upgrade, and right click. Boom. And you'll note that it's now an iron chest. Sweet. Iron chests are about the size of a double chest, except that they take up 1 block. And I can upgrade this guy as well. Double sweet. And I'm also, while I'm at it, going to upgrade these 2 chests right here, just because I need a place to store junk as well. So go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Yeah, that looks pretty good for now. I'll go ahead and toss this into my processing. My engines are currently off, but internal power should last a little bit. Probably not long enough to take care of all that, but we'll see. Cool. I guess this thing broke itself out pretty well, actually. Not bad. And over here, even cooler. Alright, that works for me. Now that I've got a bunch of room to store stuff, let's go ahead and create some other goodies. What did I say I wanted to do? Oh yeah, I know. I wanted to solve the problem of not having any cactus. So I want to create a system to automatically refill the water in these engines because I've already experienced a situation where it got overheated because it ran out of water. It didn't explode because I didn't try to add water to it, but if I had added water to it, it would have been a problem. So let's get our aqueous accumulator here, and I'm just going to dig back here a little bit. Cool. So I'm going to have basically some water going through pipes like this. And yeah, that looks not half bad. I guess I want my aqueous accumulator here. And I'm going to need a water source block here and here. I should be able to pull that off. No problem. So we'll get down our water source block. Now the aqueous accumulator is awesome, by the way. Just placing it in the world, and it will slowly accumulate a bit of water. Depending on what biome you're in, and if whether you're not outside or whatever, it can produce more or less over time all by itself. But all by itself, it's pretty slow. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a bucket of water. Placing the water right there doesn't do anything. That's okay. It's not supposed to. You actually have to have 2 water source blocks, one on each side of the aqueous accumulator, and then you should be in better shape. So let's do that. Now let's see what the aqueous accumulator is doing for us. If we check it out, you'll see, whoa, quickly filled up all the way. It's now got a bunch of water inside, which is exactly what we want. So now, how am I going to get pipe waterproofing to start taking care of this? Well, let's take a look. Pipe waterproofing is created from either beeswax or cactus greens, which is why I was looking for cactus earlier. But I didn't find any. Oh no, that was trouble, wasn't it? Let's take a look at getting ourselves some stuff. Let's see, I think I need some glass. I don't know that I have any laying around, conveniently enough. And we're out of power here, so we'll start these guys back up. Now, for the pipe waterproofing, well, if I can't find cactus green, I wonder if there's another way to get cactus green. Oh, look, there is. I can use the minium stone. This is from Equivalent Exchange. The Equivalent Exchange mod is now part of the Direwolf 20 mod pack as of this episode, so if you guys haven't already, you can go update your mod pack, and you'll be able to have Equivalent Exchange, as well as the Raise Minimap mod, as you can see up here on the top right. I've got a minimap going on. A lot of people requested Raise Minimap, so I said, sure, why not? Put it in the pack for y'all. And then the third and final mod that was added here was Inventory Tweaks. That's the one that allows me to middle click inside of a chest and sort, and it also allows me to do a bunch of other cool little tweaks and changes to the way your inventory is handled. So I was just waiting for a version of that to come out. So what I'll do is get started here and start crafting a minium stone. Not hard, just need 8 shards of minium. These guys come from killing enemies, and as you can see, I've already killed a few enemies. Got these shards of minium laying around somewhere. There they are. Sweet. So I just need 8 of them to get started, and I have to put them around an inert stone, which is smooth stone, iron, and gold. Alright, well, might as well get a few pieces of smooth stone going on. Should have some cobble here. I'll just get half a stack, even though I only need 4, because that's the way I go. Alright, pulverizer's done. Powered furnace is doing its thing. How are you guys doing? Building up a good amount of power output. Perfect. So I'll come back once I've smelted my cobblestone, and I'm ready to make this nifty little gadget. And we've got everything we need, I think. Let's get this guy put together. So some iron and some gold and some smooth stone gets us the very first item from Equivalent Exchange, the inert stone. Now, Equivalent Exchange is a mod all about exchanging items of equivalent values. And you can, in this version, which is very early on, there's tons of new features coming, you can do certain crafting recipes using your minium stone to exchange items. So for example, you could exchange 4 cobblestone for a piece of flint, or 1 piece of flint for 4 cobblestone. So there's an equivalency value of different items are worth different other items. They're worth different amounts of energy, and they can be transformed. In previous versions of Equivalent Exchange, in Equivalent Exchange 2, there was all these other things that you could do with it, but the mod is being completely rewritten. So right now, one of the few items that you can make is the minium stone, which is cool. The other nice thing about the minium stone is you can actually right-click to transform from one type of material to another in the world. So by right-clicking like that, you can see that it's able to transform dirt into cobblestone. Pretty cool. I like that a lot. You can hit the G key on your keyboard here, and you can see that we're changing the type of material that we're transmuting to. So cobblestone, dirt, and sand, and grass blocks for that matter, are all worth similar values in the equivalency system. However, smooth stone is not worth the same values as them, so you can't transmute to that. So there's a bunch of different transmutes in the world that you can play around with, and there's a lot other cool stuff coming in the near future. The other nice thing about this stone is you can hit C on your keyboard to open up a crafting window, and you can craft using this minium stone right in your inventory. So no longer need to carry around a crafting table with me. You, sir, are done. I can just hit C here and make whatever I want. Oh, looks like my powered furnace is done. I'm going to cook up a few more things and shut down the power. We've got a bit of power building up inside the area there. You can see we don't need any more. Cool. Internal storage dropping off. Excellent. So what I want to do now is convert, using the minium stone, something into that green dye. Ooh, there's a skeleton out here and he's in trouble. One of those things is red dye. Red dye, pretty much all dyes are equivalent to each other. So if I combine the rose red in a crafting table with the minium stone, I can convert it to cactus green. Now every time you do a transmutation with the stone in a crafting table, it takes a little bit of damage, and over time it will wear out and you'll have to craft yourself a new one. So keep that in mind. You can of course then transmute your cactus green up to purple dye, and you can go up the line from there. There are some other recipes that you can do basically to transmute to different colors. Pretty awesome. But for now, cactus green is what I wanted, and by converting that in my crafting table to pipe waterproofing, we should be in good shape. So there we go, got myself some pipe waterproofing. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and make myself some of this stuff. And I'll get 4 pipe waterproofing, which should be enough. Combining the golden transport pipes with the waterproofing allows me to get a waterproof pipe, which means I can then connect that to this aqueous accumulator. It's creating water, and if I connect a pipe to it, it'll start emitting the water into that pipe. But I can't put it on this side. I need to rotate this guy, and I think I can do that with a wrench. Let's see, where is my wrench? Probably got it in here. Let's see if I can rotate this block. If not, I'll have to break it and replace it. Alright, gonna have to break it. And replace it. Let's see if I can get it facing the right way. That is not the way I wanted to place that thing. There we go. That's proper. Nice. So see how there's this orange side to it? Remember, with the other machines, orange sides are the ones that you can output to. We can't output to the front of the block. So by doing this now, we should be in good shape. Awesome. So let's try that pipe waterproofing again. So there's water getting built up inside pretty quickly because of the source blocks on either side of it. And by placing a golden pipe here, it's going to start outputting that water. And the water is going to flow into whatever machines the golden pipes are connected to. So you can see that this water started to fill up. Once I connect the pipe here, this machine will start to fill up with water as well. It'll be sent through the pipes from the aqueous accumulator into the steam engines. And these steam engines don't use a whole heck of a lot of water, so I am not too concerned about this. Might have to break this block to get back here. Beautiful. Looking good already, isn't it? I like it. Hey, I've even got some smooth stone I can use to patch this wall up. Ta-da! Beautiful. So now we don't have to worry about refilling water inside our steam engines. We've got plenty of it. We do still need to refill some coal, but I'm not worried about that. We're doing all right. We've got plenty in there for now. Awesome. And I'll be back in a few. All right, the next machine I want to get working on in this nifty little machines room is going to go right here, right where I'm standing. And I've even got myself a couple golden transport pipes, which I'm going to upgrade to power pipes. You can see it right here happening now. You can even see I got myself a little bit of armor because I was out in the world, found a blacksmith, in a different village, not the same village I found earlier, but another village, and found some armor in his chest. That was cool. I'm going to place it right here, I think, would be a nice place for the sawmill to go. That's what I'm going to make, a new sawmill. Now, this guy also has a machine frame and a redstone reception coil, and I've been making a lot of those. So what I think I want to do is get rid of this table that I've got right here. So let's just pick this thing up. And I'm going to make myself a project table, because those guys are some of my favorites. I'm even going to pick this thing up. I don't think I need this furnace here anymore. I can go over in this chest too. Cool. Got a bunch of coal. Toss that away. And time to make a project table. Not too hard, in fact. The project table is pretty awesome. If I just take this here like that, get myself a chest, and a crafting table, and some smooth stone on top, and, ooh, I need a little bit more wood. One more piece. Like that. There we go. And the smooth stone. Perfect. Got a project table. Neat. Project tables are very cool. What you can do with them is just place your recipe in the top here. It doesn't matter. You can have any number of items in the top here, just one, for example. And as long as you've got stuff in the bottom to create that recipe, it will create it. So you just place your extra items in here, for example, and it'll pull from this inventory every time you craft, like that. See? So instead of pulling from up here, it'll pull from down there. And if you don't have anything left down there, as you saw, it'll go ahead and craft it. Okay? So that's how the project table works, and I'm going to use that to create a couple things. Now there's another nifty trick that we can do with project tables, and I'll show you that right now. But in order to start, I'm going to need some paper and some indigo dye. Now indigo dye comes from red power flowers. They're these nifty little blue flowers that I have not been able to find. I've seen a lot of posts on the YouTube videos for episodes 1 and 2 that have basically said we can't find the red power flowers. I'm guessing it's having trouble spawning in extra biomes. Not sure which side of the fence that's on, nor do I really worry about that too much. Now what you can do is go find yourself a vanilla biome to go live in, or, you know, check out. And if you do find one of those, cool. But I'm going to show you guys another way right now to do this. And you can see I built a little reed farm here. I've been kind of maintaining this, you know, as best I can. Even got that potato farm over there. It's coming along nicely. So how can we get ourselves some of those blue indigo flowers from red power? That is a good question. And I bet you're wondering right now how that works. Well, before I start, I'm just going to get myself the following item. I want to make a red power 2 sickle. You can go with stone. It really doesn't matter which one you use. The only difference between them all is the range that they work on. But the cool thing about the sickle is just left click and boom. It'll clear out large patches of tall grass and mushrooms and all that kind of stuff. Works really well, as you can see, to clear tall grass quickly. And what I'm going to do in order to get my red power flowers is use some bone meal on plain old grass. The bone meal will grow the flowers even if you're in a biome like this one that it doesn't work in. So right clicking, and we didn't get any that time, so I'm just going to harvest the stuff up that I did get and then try it again. Let's see. Hey, there's one indigo flower. Cool, that's exactly what I was looking for. Those indigo flowers are going to come in very handy with my project table to make ourselves some plans, which I'll show you in just a moment here. Let's see if I can get a few more of them. Oh yeah, it did. Nice. You can see not necessarily does it work on the extra biome stuff, like these little things here, but not too worried about that. Sweet. Got another one. Perfect. So go ahead and use some bone meal if you're having trouble finding those indigo flowers in the extra biomes, and you've got a nice way to get what you need to get. So let's take our project table and make ourselves some paper. Now all you have to do is start pulling the paper out of the project table. Perfect. And you can shift click and it'll make as much as it can out of the recipe ingredients in the bottom here. And you can see this sugarcane here working out pretty well. Just one more click and we're good to go. Now what I'm going to do next is get some of this indigo dye and combine the indigo dye with some paper, and we get blank plans. Perfect. Now the blank plan is going to really work out pretty well for us. So let's put away some of this extra junk that I've got and don't need at the moment. Looking good. And the blank plans we're going to just place in the crafting table here for now. So let's get what we need to make the sawmill. Alright, I'm going to need a machine frame, which I've made several of at this point, and I need a redstone reception coil, which I've also made several of at this point. So let's just get ourselves some iron, glass, and all that good stuff. Do I have any more sand hanging out in here? I do not. Where's a good way to get sand? I think I already showed you guys this trick, right? Just equivalently exchange your sand with a minium stone to get cobblestone, and notice how much damage this thing took. I could go from cobblestone to grass, and then finally grass to sand. So that's a nice quick way to take existing materials and convert them from one to the other. Alright, let's cook that stuff up. There you go. I'm going to activate the power switches so that you start getting powered. Perfect. Alright, got some glass, at least to start with. We're in good shape. Oh yeah, also need some iron and gold, don't I? Yoink. So I'm just going to store this stuff in here. And as memory serves, I think I always reverse this recipe, so let's see if this is right. Hey, there's the machine frame. So I could just click and start pulling out, and it would use the ingredients in the bottom window here. But instead I want to show you the blank plan. Simply place one of your blank plans in this slot and click this button. Boom. You've now written the machine frame plan, and you can see that it takes 4 iron, 4 glass, and 1 gold ingot. Beautiful. So by clearing out the table here, when I place the machine frame plan in the slot, it'll tell you what items you need, and you're able to craft them right away. If you're missing an item, it'll show up in red. So make sure you've got all the items you need, and then just left click to pull it out. And then we can store our plan here. Perfect. If I need another machine plan, boom, pull it out, done. Awesome. And since I'm here, I'm just going to get myself one of those redstone reception coils. I don't think I need to make a plan for that, but, you know, we're good now. What else do I need? I need one of these guys. I think I saw an iron axe. And I also needed a couple pieces of copper. So let me get situated here, and I'll be right back to make my sawmill. Alright, looks like it's sawmill time. Let's get our reception coils, our copper, some wood planks, and an axe. Gives us a sawmill. Now this guy's pretty awesome. The sawmill, I'm going to start charging up the power. Oh yeah, you can see a massive amount of power was building up in my pipes. And now hanging out over here by the sawmill. Perfect. I'm going to turn these guys off. You can see power building up in the line there. I'm going to throw some wood in there. Now the sawmill is going to process that wood. It's going to use 2 Minecraft joules per tick, and it quickly converts the wood into no less than 6 wooden planks instead of the 4 that you get without doing this. Now the other cool thing that this manages to do is create some sawdust, which is nice. And I'm actually going to set the left side output here to be orange. That should do it. Cool. So it's starting to dump its items into the left output, the chest. Perfect. I can close off these outputs as well. Might make this one blue in case I want to put a hopper on there at some point in the future. Now, what's this sawdust good for? Let's check it out. Sawdust I can combine like so to get compressed sawdust. And if I cook my compressed sawdust, dun 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 dun, we get charcoal. Nice. So the charcoal is, you know, a nice side effect of using the sawmill, aside from the fact that the sawmill allows us to increase our wood production from, you know, wood into wooden planks by 50%. Beautiful. Oh man, it's dark outside, and there's bad guys everywhere. I better go sleep through the night. Next up, let's get working on that diamond drill. So time to make the drill. What's that take? Well, I'm going to need myself some refined iron. I'm also going to need a rechargeable battery and an electronic circuit. These are all items from Industrial Craft. And the drill is a really nice tool. It uses Industrial Craft energy to mine for you. And when it runs out of energy, you can just simply recharge it. The diamond drill simply is a drill with diamonds on the tip. 3 diamonds to get yourself a diamond drill, and it's a great way to spend your first few diamonds. Trust me on that. I've always used my first couple diamonds on a diamond drill when I can. Unfortunately for the rechargeable battery, there's quite a few things we need to get. The electronic circuit, for example, we need some copper cabling, and again, some more of that refined iron, or steel ingots, but I'm going to be using refined iron. Steel's harder to get at this stage in the game. And in order to get this, we need some rubber. Rubber time. Alright, so we need to get started with some Industrial Craft machines to get ourselves going. So how are we going to manage that? Well, I think the first thing I need to do is get some wood and turn it into one of these guys. a tree tap. Tree taps are awesome. I'm also going to get myself, let's get a couple sticks, and probably just for the heck of it, because I have enough, an iron axe. Perfect. Let's go outside into the world and see what I can find to get going with this stuff. Creeper! That's what I found. And he blew a hole in my wall. Darn it. Oh well. Let me clean up this mess this creeper made, and I will be back. Alright, so what was I doing? Oh yeah, rubber tree time. Now the other cool thing that I didn't mention about the sickle is that I can clean up leaves. Nice way to chop apart some leaves on a rubber tree. Rubber trees are, like I said, from industrial craft. You're going to want to have a good number of these things, which is why it's nice that I'm getting the rubber tree saplings out of it. All you have to do is walk up and find these little orange spots on the tree and right click once with your tree tap here. And that'll get you some sticky resin. Cool. Anywhere from 1 to 3 can pop out of this guy. And you'll note that there's a little hole there still that gets left behind. You could tap it some more, but I don't recommend doing that because if you do, it's very likely that the resin spot will not regenerate. If you wait a little bit, it'll regenerate its resin and you'll be able to tap it again, which is, you know, awesome. And perfect. I like it. Let's trap a little bit more resin. So I'm going to need a good amount of this stuff. So I'm going to run around, find some rubber trees, maybe even plant a few right around my house, and yeah, come back once I've got a bit of resin to show you how to use it and what to do with it. Alright, found myself a good number of rubber trees around here. The nice thing about being in a swamp biome is the large number of rubber trees that you can find. They're otherwise pretty rare, so if you find yourself in a swamp biome, you should find a lot of these rubber trees nearby. But like I said, they should be able to spawn almost anywhere, just you know, most common in a swamp biome. Nice. I'm gonna clean up these last few leaves, and now that I've got all these saplings, I might even go make my own little rubber tree farm at some point. Probably not right now. I should have enough rubber to get started. Cool. Alright, off we go, back home. So to get started with industrial craft, I'm going to need a space to start creating a few machines. And I'm going to start generating some industrial craft power as well. So, ooh, look, there's a rubber tree right outside my house that I probably walked right past. Ah, the bum doesn't have any sapling taps. Oh well, that's alright. I'll get some rubber out of him later. Alright, into the house we go. Gonna find a nice spot to call home to my industrial craft room. And I might even want to start building a house outside this little cave at some point. Oh, and just in case you guys didn't notice, that tree tap does eventually break, as you just saw. So make sure to craft a new one if you need it. Alright guys, I do want to get to my diamond drill as promised and start using the sticky resin, but it occurs to me that this little hobbit hole that I've been living in is a little too small to really expand. I mean, I've kind of reached the maximum range that I can get in here, so I've been cooking up some smooth stone, and I'm going to build my very first 9x9. That's right, definitely going to go 9x9s. It's one of my staples. Those of you who are new to the series might not know, but the 9x9 is something that I usually build. It's what I've, through the course of playing, found to be one of the more, you know, stable or decent sizes for this thing to build. So I'm actually going to build it, I think, starting right here. That looks like a nice spot. Cool. And I'll go with this stuff for now. So here's the foundation of my house, and I'm going to start building a place to live. I like to build these little square 9x9 rooms. It's very modular and it's very easy to upgrade and do a bunch of cool things with. So I'm going to wind up building this 9x9 house here. Let's see what I can make. This is, I don't know, just kind of my thing. I like 9x9s. They are cool. It's what I've gotten to be known as. Maker of 9x9s. Oh boy. A lot of people have questioned what the official height of a 9x9 is. I don't know if there's an official one. This mostly stems from the fact that I'm not a terribly good aesthetic design builder. So I know a lot of people out there are good at building fancy houses that are like really cool looking, and I've often made promises on my Let's Plays that I'll try to do something like that, and rarely do I manage to do anything halfway decent. So maybe this season down the line, once I get, more well established and get myself a good amount of resources, I'll give that a shot. But for now, I'm going to stick with my old staple. I even wrote a computer craft program to build these 9x9s for me automatically, which, maybe at some point I will get into using. I just don't think I have the resources to do turtles just yet. Also, by the way, I've heard that there are a little bit of a bug right now with turtles. If you craft a turtle in your world, be careful, because apparently it crashes your game. You'll be able to get in still, so it's not like, crash and then your world's lost or anything, as far as I know. I haven't tried it. But the rumor that I've heard is that there's a bug with MISC peripherals, equivalent exchange, and computer craft. The three of those guys are coming together and just not playing friendly together. I believe, though, that Dan200 already recently tweeted about a fix for it. So Richard G and Dan200, from what I understand, came together, found the bug, and it is now resolved. It'll be pushed out in an update to my pack relatively soon. Not like, tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. As soon as it's ready. Let's put it that way. All right, so I'm going to move my project table real quick. This will be the first guy that I move into my first 9x9. So the official 9x9 size is square. 9x9 on the outside, which leaves for 7x7 on the inside. This is going to be my entryway room. I'm going to even get myself a nice little door to allow me into my house. Put these guys back in the table. Looking good. Beautiful. I don't have enough smooth stone yet for the floor in here, but I will get that added. Let's see how it's doing. Well, a little bit more have progressed, but still a long ways to go with my powered furnace here. Not to worry, though. What I'm going to do is probably wrap up the episode here. I do want to get the roof built, though. The roof is an important part of the 9x9. Let's get up to the top there, because I don't have any way to jump just yet. Definitely need to get the roof on this guy, right? And don't worry, I already have plans to build more than just a 9x9 in this season. There's definitely at least one room that I want to build that won't be 9x9 in size, because it just doesn't fit right. And if you guys have been watching my multiplayer server series, you might know what room that's going to be. Cool. So this is the first of the two rooms. What I'm going to do from here is probably expand off into another at least one or two rooms. Geronimo! Oh yeah, and one thing I always like to have, let's get this out of here, put a pressure plate right in front of my door. I always like doing this. Then I don't have to worry about closing it when I leave. Ta-da! And when I enter, it auto-closes behind me. Perfect. So probably going to start building at least my first extension onto this house, which will be right here. As you can see, this will lead into another 9x9, which will be outlined like this. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So I'm probably going to do that off camera, do a bit of smelting of my cobblestone, which I've collected through mining. Probably even a little bit more mining, because, you can never do too much of that. And then I'll come back next episode, work on the diamond drill, which I want to get worked up, and probably got a few other things I want to get building. So I hope you guys have enjoyed episode 3 of Season 5, and as always, take it easy.